Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Back with another standard video, and today I'm going to be covering Kona Simic Omniscience. Now, this is a deck you might have seen me cover before, however, I have managed to refine it with a bit of inspiration from the Magic Spotlight series, where two players brought this deck and managed to make it both to day 2, which is an exceptional performance for the deck. It went up against plenty of Izzet Cauldron and Mono Red aggro and was able to defeat both of them pretty handily. Just unfortunately managed to miss the top cut, but I think this is a deck that is continuing to evolve. And I've made some changes to the deck based on those lists as well. The big change you'll see with this particular brew is that I've cut some lands in favor of this card here, Analyze the Pollen. This card is a 4-of that can be in the early game used to make sure we hit our land drops, but more importantly can be used later to tutor for the combo pieces we need. I'm talking about Kona and the planet lands. If you want to know how this combo works, basically on turn 4, you get Kona out, you tap him with any of these planet lands, and then you cheat in Omniscience into play. When this happens, you can cast any spell in your hand for free. What you're going to do is draw a bunch of cards, because most of the cards in your deck draw you cards. You're going to find all your dragons, slam them onto the battlefield, and hold up a bunch of counter spells to basically deny your opponent from doing anything on the next turn, and then you swing for lethal. This deck is ruthlessly efficient, very often wins on turn 4, and even if it doesn't, it has enough in the back pocket to be able to delay your opponent to then get the win later. I recorded all these games throughout the week. I, for the first time ever actually, did some streaming on YouTube. It was great to see you guys there. If you are thinking of tuning in the future, you can possibly spot me on Mondays and Tuesdays going forward. But it was so good just to be able to pilot this for my Mythic climb. I started in Plat, and I took this deck all the way through Plat to Diamond. No sweat at all. I only dropped one game throughout the entire thing, so I can attest to this deck's power. The sideboard is something I put together now. I didn't actually even play with a sideboard, just to give you a testament on how powerful this deck is, but we've got a few things here that are basically to answer some general purpose stuff. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, this deck is pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. The main thing you just need to know is kind of when to draw cards and when to play defensive. But it is more than capable of winning any matchup. I've got a variety of different decks I'm playing against in this video, including Izzet Cauldron and Mono Red aggro. So yeah, if you like more content like this, let me know. This channel has been growing nice and steadily. It's been great talking to you guys and getting some feedback. You can look forward to more theory videos in the future as well, and some Commander-themed videos. I have not forgotten about the Commander audience. I hope you guys like my Spider-Man previews. I'm potentially going to be doing one for the rares coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. There's obviously a lot more rares to cover than mythics. But yeah. Till then, see you in the next one, guys. Let me know what you think of the video. Cheers. Alright. Couple shocks. We need to find the planet land, and we have combo. I think we can do that with this hand. Alright. Tap shock pass. Easy peasy. Life gain deck, hey? Alright. Oh, this poor guy. We'll just chill. So I don't even think we play Consult the Star Charts on end step here. Unless we need to, like, proactively look for an answer. Voice of Victory. That is kind of annoying. Nah, we'll look for... we won't waste mana. That's pretty good for us. Alright, so Lost in the Maze is going to protect our creature. We'll just jam it now. And then next turn we should have a pretty free Kona. The thing I need to learn with this deck is sideboarding. That's the thing that's going to get me. Amalia. Oh, okay. He's just gone all in. Alright. Let's see if we can end the game on the spot here. Gonna take a bunch of damage, but I don't think it's really a problem for us when we can just win immediately. Dude, what an opener for him. Holy moly. That's such a shame. Yeah, I agree. Good game, buddy. This guy doesn't have any idea what's about to happen, I think. Just gotta hit him right back with the BM. Alrighty. We should hit card draw if we pitch Meringue here with Coil and Catch. Yeah, there we go. That's what we wanted. Chuck Roiling Dragonstorm down, and we should be off to the races here. Another Roiling Dragonstorm, lovely. There's Meringue River region. We'll stock up. Pretty crummy stock up there. But I think we have enough depth here to just set up a board that wins the game. Another Dragonstorm. Yeah, this man is so cooked. We'll just send Bloomvine region here. So I think we have the win here. God, Omniscience is so dumb. Every single time. Let's just do it all again. We'll arm analyze the Pollen 2 here. Yeah, he knows he's screwed. Arrogant jerk, dude. That man BM'd the hell out of me. Oh, I forgot to add a sideboard to this deck. Ah, whatever. Who needs sideboards? What's people's opinion of Omniscience? I'm really interested to hear. Because, like, Azurius Omniscience was so hated. Like, the only people that defended Azurius Omniscience were people who played it. But now we have, like, this Simic Omniscience. Which, by the way, 100% qualified at the Spotlight series. Which I think is, like, the real story. A lot of people were freaking out over VV Cauldron and Mono Red Aggro being the only deck that can shut it down. But the two players who brought Omniscience combo both made it to day 2. And they went through a ton of VV Cauldron to get there. I think we'll just Planet Land it. Consult the star charts might be our next turn play if he doesn't voice of Victorious. He's going to Duress. Okay, so there's star charts gone. Duress doesn't remove any of the dragons, which is pretty good for us. Oh, we hit another one, though. That's kind of funny. Wonder, do we ramp here? Puts another land in our hand. It thins out our deck a little bit. There's a world we could do it. What dragons? Ah, yes. Hey, Drac. Good to see you, man. This is Bloomvine region and Meringue River region. These guys are kind of the backbone for Omniscience. You'll see later kind of what I do with this. Yeah, buddy, I know. This guy has been BMing me, by the way. He hit me with a good game on turn 4 because he had like a cracked opener. And then I just Omniscience comboed him and won the game. So I'm going to do it to him again, ideally, here. I think we'll ramp. We'll thin out our deck. Plus, Consult the Star Charts gets better the more lands we have, so... That's not a D's joke, and yeah, heck this guy. Alright, Halea. This creature's gonna get bigger. I can just hardcast Meringue River region in 2 turns. Ooh. Dispelling Exhale is a great draw here. So, I need to name dragons, because it costs 2 blue pips to cast Meringue River region, so... And I'll only be able to cast a counterspell next turn, or Consult. I don't know what I'll do yet. If he hits me with... Okay, this... I could just play Meringue River region. Oh, this man is so fucking... This man is molding. Alright, I'm just gonna counter this. I wonder if Jacob's realized why he's in bottom of plat 4 right now. Let's analyze some pollen here. So he's holding 1 mana up. I don't think there's really anything he can bring out here that scares me. Alright, let's just get Kona going. So this is where the deck cheats. We're going to tap Kona, and out comes Meringue River Regent. And I'm just going to send that back to your hand. Enjoy. So we don't need to win with Omniscience with this deck. Yeah, he's on 3 mana, and he has a 4/3 and a 6/7 flyer to deal with. He is cooked. Ooh, yeah, this is pretty good. Happy to keep this too. For the record, I've won every game so far today, and I haven't made a single change from my sideboard. This is the kind of game where we don't actually analyze the pollen. Is there a limit on the number of hourglasses you can bank? Yes, 3. What up, Analyze? What up, Omniscience? I should have played a different land. I wasn't thinking there. So we gotta take 2 damage here, unfortunately. And we'll bin the forest. Timeline color. So our opponent is some kind of black aggro deck here, which means we're gonna have to be pretty cautious. So I'm gonna hold up my mana, not play Dragonstorm, because I might want to counter something, since my opponent is on aggro. Okay, well I'm not gonna counter a creature with Defender. Alright, take 2 damage, that's fine. Man, I regret having to shock myself there now. Consult the star charts again. We'll just chill. We are chillin'. And we'll name Beast. Not that our opponent is running counter magic. Let's draw some cards. We need to keep that land. Guess we'll bin 1, analyze the pollen. And pass to our opponent. His opponent's stuck on 2 mana, it looks like. Now, he's on 3 now. We'll take 2. So, opponent has slowed down a lot. We're pretty happy with that. Preacher. Is Preacher of the Schism a bigger threat than me going 4 cards deep for a card? I think we let Preacher happen. And we'll just look for 4. Hey, stock up. That's a pretty good card for us. There's another Omni. So if we have a way to discard the second Omni, analyze the pollen, can look for Kona. Stock up. No way to discard here. We don't want Lost in the Maze anymore, because we are holding counter magic now. Or maybe we do want Lost in the Maze to stun his board. Alright, we'll go with these 2. Okay, analyze the pollen, finds Kona, so all we need to do now is slow him down a turn. We'll discard down here. We'll just bin an Omni. We don't need 2. So he's going to draw here. We may use Consult the Star Charts to go find a land we can play. Especially if our opponent passes on us. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go 5 deep for a land here. That way we get to 6. No, I have a land in my hand, bro. I'm like... Apparently I'm getting like EP or something. So we get Kona. So if he has 2 pieces of removal, we kind of eat dirt here. Having said that, though, we can't just play Lost in the Maze. And I don't think Black has anything that can beat... Unless he makes me sacrifice. Which, you know what? Because he's on 4 mana, it's probably better to play Lost in the Maze, because I only have enough mana for 1 counterspell, and removal always costs like 2 mana, so he can play 2 of them if he's got them. So we're going to play Lost in the Maze here. Oh. I can get really funny with it, actually. Is this greedy? If I pass on him here, is it greedy? Because I might play Lost in the Maze next turn and stun all his creatures. And then that way I can play Kona and have counter spells. Because the card I'm scared of is a card that makes me sacrifice, which will get around the hexproof that Lost in the Maze makes. So I think letting him have next turn is our safest way to play. Put 2/1/1 counters on a card, eh? We don't mind this, because we're going to stun this creature anyway. Alright, we want to pay 3. And black has no way to hate this card out. See, for all its flexibility for removing creatures, black sucks at dealing with non-creatures. And you don't get to attack this turn, buddy. And not only that, but Lost in the Maze is going to protect Kona now. Corsi Revenant. Opponent only has one piece of interaction that they can play this turn, so I think we got them this game. So here's Kona. We have a counter spell open. And we hold priority. And there you go. Kona is now hexproof from Lost in the Maze. So he can't even remove this. He can only make me sacrifice. And he's mousing over it. He's trying to get rid of it. Poor guy. Here's Omni. Alrighty. I think we play Meringue River Regent here? No, I'm going to analyze the pollen first. So we analyze the pollen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for Bloomvine Regent so that I can take the route where I gain a ton of life. Because Bloomvine Regent's going to come down, I'm going to gain some life, and it's going to bounce these Dragonstorms back. I notice when people... Oh, he's scooping. Cool. I notice when people search their library, sometimes it takes them a while when a rope starts burning, but once they pick a card, the rope disappears. Yeah, so the rope extends as you play cards. So it doesn't reset fully, but it usually gives you a little bit more time if you're actively playing the game. So when you take a game action, the rope usually adds like another 2 to 5 seconds. I haven't timed it myself. It just looks about that much. I wonder what old mate sideboard's in here. Alright, buddy. Let's see what you got. Ooh, yeah, this is a keeper. He could duress me here, but then he has to choose between, yeah, Lost in the Maze, which invalidates so much of his interaction, or Roiling Dragonstorm. He takes the Dragonstorm, alright. Unfortunately for him, my deck is loaded with card draw. So it's not exactly a drawback to lose that. Rot Curse, Rexchar. Looks like we're taking 5 damage today, chat. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. At least this thing dies when it attacks you. The casual turn 2, 5/5, a true menace. Oi! Ugh. Do I have to waste a counterspell on this? I think I do. I'd really not like him to remove something. Another one! Holy hell! Oh my god, okay. Alright, well. This is going to be a very slow game, it seems. Which kind of suits us. As long as our opponent isn't killing us in 4 turns, we're pretty happy. I'm going to shock myself here because I want to get lost in the maze down. And I'm going to have to shock myself next turn to play a Meringue River Regent spell anyway. What up, Preacher? And that is a stun right there. That's a stun counter, if I ever saw one. Let's name Dragon. Doesn't really matter what we name. Dragon in this matchup is better because it has 2 blue pips. Alright, opponent's just going to smack me in the face with that. So, Meringue River Regent doesn't return non-land permanents. Or only returns non-land permanents, so I can't return that. There's Kona, though. So we can do some nonsense now, which is lovely for us. What we'll probably do this turn is we're going to station Kona, bring in Meringue River Regent. We can't return Soulstone Sanctuary, but we can return Preacher. And then after that, we station Meringue River Regent so it stays alive with Hexproof. That is the way. Unholy Annex. Sure, buddy. Hey, look, it's Omniscience. Alright, so Omniscience comes in. Let's get cheating. Ooh, what do we discard? I think we discard Dispelling Exile. He doesn't have interaction right now. We'll go find another. We don't need Omni. Let's do some stocking up. Let's just grab an Exile and another stock up. Let's grab a Meringue and a Star Shots. So yeah, now we're just going to town. We'll grab Bloomvine Region again and heal up. Woohoo! And we return these Dragonstorms back. And he scoops them up. We got him, folks. Still haven't dropped the game. Alright. There's not many bad hands with this deck. This guy might be the Teemo combo deck again. Ooh, now that card is a problem for us. We are going to take damage against that thing. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of no damage. Time to take 2. Holy hell. Tersa. Is this Gruul Delirium? And he just happens to main deck Razorkin Needlehead? Can't tell yet. God, we're getting minced right now. So I think we'll ramp here and take 5 more damage and hope we survive 1 more turn, I guess. Because then we can play Bloomvine Regent and gain some life back. Nova Hellkite. Oh my god. This guy's like cooking. This guy's curved out so well here. So we're down to 1. I don't think anything we can play here saves us. Oh my god. What a hand from him, dude. Jesus. Alright, buddy. I see you. Unauthorized exit for Floodmore for this guy. What an opener from old mate. That was just a 2, 3, 4, you're dead. That was absolutely nasty. Well, the nice thing is, he probably won't have that again. Is this hand too slow? Now, we're on first. I'll keep this. Lost in the Maze will at least deter him a little bit, hopefully. Hide Claw on one. Alright. Don't Needlehead me, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging for no Needlehead on two. He might be worried about a counterspell. He's just going to send it. Hide Claw. Okay. He's definitely trying to play around counterspell here. Oh, we gotta take the ramp. I really need to get a big creature down as soon as possible against this deck. Lost in the Maze next turn will probably be my play. Screaming Nemesis, that's alright. Not too bothered by that. Alright. And we'll pass here and send him on a trip to the Maze next turn. Over Hellkite, that is 100% getting stunned. One, two, three. We only take 2 or 3, sorry. That's okay. So this is going to be Meringue River Regent turn. I don't think we send Screaming Nemesis back because he's going to try and use that to... he's just going to play that and then try and make me have to block it. Well, he's just going to send it through me. I can't block it. Bounce Off's going to be really important against it. The nice thing about Meringue here is it eats Nova Hellkite. He can't just send that through me. Nope, that's not going to work, buddy. So he must have a Burst Lightning here. It's got to be Burst Lightning, right? And he's just trying to power through it. Sure. Another Hide Claw. Why didn't you bounce the Maze to stun him again? That's a great point. I gotta remember I can do that. Thanks for that, actually. You're totally right, dude. So Screaming Nemesis is just gonna come down unconditionally. Next turn. We can't bounce Lost in the Maze at this point. It's a little too slow. Next turn, we're going to have to analyze the pollen with Bounce Off, and then that'll arm and analyze the pollen. It's going to be kind of slim, though, here. So we take 3 here. There's not really much we can do about that. If he has the deal 5 damage to a target, we're kind of just cooked. Hide Claw, sure. We can't attack with this Meringue River Regent, sadly. Oh, Omniscience, okay. Oh, that's kind of crafty. Okay, so our line through here is really weird. This is a very weird line, but I think this is the way we have to play this. So, Analyze the Pollen has to come down. We have to grab, I don't know, any basic land, really. We have to play Bounce Off on Meringue River Regent to return it to our hand. And that way we can analyze the Pollen. And we're analyzing the Pollen for Kona. Kona's going to cheat in Omniscience. It's a weird-ass line, dude. So here's Kona. And because we have Lost in the Maze out still, we're protected from removal here. Tap Kona. Kona is now hexproof. Might as well just play this forest for mana. Kona's going to cheat in Omniscience. And then we need to Hail Mary. We need to Hail Mary, hit card draw here. Not 3 lands, please. I'm begging you, game. Ooh, scared me there for a second. Consult the star chart should hit a good target here. We want stock up, probably. So there's stock up. Yeah, alright. So all that going to the bottom is probably decent. Because now we'll get 2 dragons, hopefully. Or a dragon and a dragon storm. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, 2 dragon storms. We gotta hit a dragon here. And then we can steal the win, I think. Ooh. Oh dear. That's really bad. Come on, game, please! Please, a dragon. 1 dragon game, I'm begging you. Oh, Christ. Consult the star charts, please hit a dragon. I'm begging you. Alright, there's some dragons. We're gonna go Meringue River region. Oh, far out. That was close. Alright, return these. It'd be funny if my opponent is just watching me do all this. And it, like, just has, like, 5 damage to Screaming Nemesis. Just to kill me on the spot. There's Bloomvine Regent. Okay. So the thing that worries me here is my opponent responds to Bloomvine Regent entering the battlefield by having it basically like, dealing damage to it to stop me from gaining life. So we need to be kind of crafty here. I don't want to show my Bloomvine Regent yet. Okay, so there's Meringue River Regent. We want to hit a counter spell, and then we're pretty happy here. Lost in the Maze can stun a creature too. That's kind of nice. Alright, I think we're golden. He's let me have that. No, let's not. Let's play in the right order here. I think we've got the win here. There's a counterspell. Lovely. Chuck that away. His life gain. Now he despairs. And we're 1 Meringue River region away from looping him now. Yep. No, he knows it's over anyway. Good game, buddy. But now we gotta pray for a good game 3 here. Okay. Stock up. This turn is this hand is so slow. I have to mull this. No green, no blue in the hand either. Oh, far out. I can't keep this one, but I don't want to mull it down to 5. If we hit 1 blue mana source, we're online with this hand. I'm gonna regret this. I'm really gonna regret this, aren't I? Astronaut opener. Oh, we hit a shock. Never mind. We're good. Okay. Now we need to find Kona and Omniscience. Speed goes up to 2. That's fine. So we need to dig for cards to win this game. There's Omniscience. Oh, I need that planet land. We'll bin the dragon. There's a needlehead. That's come in just a little too late to matter, I think, against me. Do we want to return that now? No. So what's my win con here? I don't die next turn. Stock up looks for 5. Consult the star charts looks for 3. The odds of me hitting... I have to play a planet land, though, this turn, to set up for Kona turn 4. So this has to happen. Which leaves us with Into the Floodmoor to survive or consult the star charts. So the turn basically played itself there. Oof. This is close. This is going to be very close. He's going to buff Emberheart Challenger. Okay. Finds a mountain. That's a pretty crap target for him. We're taking some damage this turn. Another Emberheart Challenger. Alright. So we need to find Kona then. I think we let this happen and we dig for Kona. And we don't take damage from this. We found Kona. Alright, we're on, guys. So we might win the game here. I think we've got him. Whew! What a game. Holy hell, my heart's a beating there. And we have to flood more Needlehead first. Let's not forget that. What a round. Bin that. Stock up time. I would like to hit a look, analyze the pollen, and another Dragon Storm. Let's throw some more cards out. Bounce offs here, that's alright. So I'm going to use this to go get the life I need. Damn, this red deck he's playing too is one of the threats of the format at the moment. So to get this over him, fantastic. Get some life. We love to see it. He's scooping it up. Oh, what a steal. Awesome. Hated that game. Oh, you changed your thoughts on VV. Yeah, well... So, I made a video a few months back talking about how I didn't think it was VV's times to be banned yet. And I'll stand by that. We've seen how VV functions post-rotation, and now we've seen some tournaments. I think there's pretty good empirical evidence here that VV is kind of the top dog. Anyone who has tried to build a deck to beat him consistently has not managed to succeed, because the deck doesn't just need VV to win. It wins with all kinds of other things. Like, it's such a hard deck to take down. I am of the opinion that if you just ban Agatha's Soul Cauldron 2, you're probably still going to have these VV Is It Tempo decks that might still be really good. I think they'll be tier 1. VV was in an okay spot, but the new sets with rotation, he's kind of boosted it to a silly pedestal. You know, the funny thing about Is It Cauldron is it runs Quantum Riddler now, but until recently, it was not running any Edge of Eternity's cards. This was a pre-rotate... This is a deck that existed in the previous rotation. The deck's weakness is, ironically, Corey Steelcutter. Corey Steelcutter was the gatekeeper preventing this deck from absolutely exploding, because VV would just die on turn 3 to Corey Steelcutter, like everyone else. The other card that I think we miss... Yeah, Quantum Riddler, bro. They added the Batman villain Riddler to the game. Does he know? Goofy ad name. Truly. We live in goofy times, dude. This is the goofiest standard I've ever been in, as well, I would say. So, I think we'll just chill. And hope our opponent... Prophecy Eidetic Memory's the card I'll counter here. Oh, dude. It's either Profs or FOMO. It's just pain. It's pain no matter what you do. There's so many good openers here. Maybe I just gotta pray for no Marco on 1. Maybe that's the goal. Alright. So we have Omni in hand. We have a Planet Land down. Consult the star charts. Needs to hit... Oh, great. A card draw piece. Okay, I mean, this is a slow opener. So it could be worse. Bounce off. Maybe I bounce off him. Nah. None of these cards are particularly exciting. I guess it'll be bounce off. Hello, stock up. That's a card we're happy to see. Alright, that's an Omni. We want a Meringue River Regent and a Consult the Star Charts here. And we will play Breeding Pool untapped so we can send Vivi back to his hand when he casts his first spell. We need to stop him from generating a ton of mana. No. Back to hand. Spell Pierce. Nice. Very good. Alright, we've slowed down him quite a bit here. We're going to take damage from Marco, but you need to shut off the mana. You can only delay it. You can't really stop it. He's just going to discard Vivi, sure. I mean, it makes sense. Which means he has a Cauldron in his hand. So we have Unauthorized Exit to hit that. We did not hit a land this turn, so I think we want to go looking with Consult the Star Charts. If we hit Kona, we'll take that. Otherwise, we'll take a land. Hey, Kona. What's up, buddy? Alrighty. So we'll just chill. So he's just going to jam Cauldron down now. No? Apparently not. Like, I could run Graveyard Hate. I feel like you don't send it to the grave unless you have a Cauldron in your hand. He's going to go to combat? Well, there it is. There it is. We're waiting for that. So he's tapped out because he doesn't really want to have to... He doesn't really care to play around anything. No, we don't want that because we already have a Kona in our hand. Like, I swear to God, VV players just, like, jam their strategy and they go... It's like mashing trucks together. Like, oh, I'm going to win. I might sound like I'm being negative, but I actually enjoy playing this matchup. Alright. Let's do the thing, hey guys? Ready, chat? Observe. What's the Larry the Lobster SpongeBob observe meme? Observe, chat. We station Kona. In comes Omniscience. Red crayon tastes best. I like blue crayon, personally. Particularly blue crayon that lets me draw my whole deck. That's the funny crayon. I would like to draw 3 cards, please. Wait a minute. None of those are playable. I will not whiff. Yeah, there we go. Statistically, there is no way I whiff doing this. Come on. There's one, and we'll grab another Consult the Star Charts. Don't mind if I do. I would like a Exile, I think. I'm not finding any of my, my Dragon Storms, which is a little annoying. I'm going to take a risk here and keep looking. Yeah, there we go. Like, statistically, surely I'm going to keep rolling on card draw. I've gone through so many lands at this point. Alright, well, we didn't hit any more. We didn't find a single Dragon Storm somehow, but that's fine, because we're going to set our life total to something dumb and fill up a board. Lovely. Look at this. Fear of missing out attacks. Do a thing. Oh, look at that. He runs a null. I think we let him have this. I'm not really bothered. Like, Lost in the Maze is going to stun something at the end of the day. Alright, buddy. Beat this. Agatha's Soul Cauldron comes down. What has he been? He's got... I think he just jammed it thinking Vivi's in his grave. I don't really see what this accomplishes. New here, is this draft or constructed? This is constructed. I am trying to get to Mythic today. Playing a little bit of standard. And this is the best deck in the format I'm playing against currently. This is it Cauldron? Pretty infamous deck. Yep, alright. So he's going to tap that, and we say, no, sir. Here's a dragon. I think that should be pretty backbreaking for him. There we go. Best deck? I don't think so. Annul is pretty dead card here. Haven't played MTG since 4th edition. Feel like a lot's changed. Damn, you must be like, you're an old head. You were probably playing Magic before I was born, dude. I'm imagining you as like this wise sage. Do you have any wisdom you can impart on me? What was Magic in 4th edition like? Don't buy Homelands. Okay, great. If I ever want to buy an old set, I will skip Homelands. Actually, there was a box at an LGS I visited recently. It was unopened Urza's Saga. I don't know that set. Is Urza's Saga, was that around then? Is that any good? Urza's Saga is one of the greatest of all time. I feel like that's high praise. Is that just nostalgia, though? Like, was that, like, your first set or something? Or are you, like, serious with me? Like, I'll take your word for it. Alright. If I ever get cash to splash, I'll think about buying that box. Because I imagine it's been there for a long time. And they do sell it. It's just, like, costs a lot of money, understandably. I would like them not to have this one drop every game, please. Oh, that's the bad opener. Okay. We might be in trouble, guys. It saved the franchise. Are you serious? I am not familiar with this lore. I tip my hat to Urza's Saga then, I guess, because I probably wouldn't be playing the game if not for that. Alright, no crazy turn 2 play. Quantum Riddler. I think we beat this. I think we just say counterspell to that, because that's kind of annoying. We're getting a lot of omnisciences. Jesus Christ. Okay, so his hand must suck. I'm going to be a little greedy, and I'm going to play a tap land instead of stock up this turn. I don't trust stock up getting us all the way. Oh my god, another Riddler? Jesus. He did not hit his land he needed. Alright, this can go home now. This card is a lot less effective at this point in the game. I don't need another land. I'm good. Analyze the pollen. Let's see what stock up gives us. There's Kona. And I guess we grab a Meringue River region. Tap land, or do we pretend like we have a card to play? We'll just do this. Homeland's Ice Age was like this. Imagine a 4 cost 2/3 with no ETB, or a 4 cost 3/3, but it has cumulative upkeep. Yeah, that was... That's how horrible and unfun the set was. Is that when, is it Braid of Fire? There's like that enchantment in red. That's like a 2-mana red enchantment, and it adds mana only in your upkeep. And the whole point was they printed it back when mana burn was a thing. So, like, you got, like, a ton of mana before you started your turn, like, properly. But you had to use it immediately, or else you'd take a bunch of damage. Like, I think that card might have been Ice Age. I think I... Oh, okay. Well, we beat us at Cauldron if they don't draw lands. but we'll take it. And I think we're chilling in, yeah, D3 so far.